Well, more now, breaking news. The suspect in this mass shooting in Maine on Wednesday, 2 locations, 18 people dead. Robert Card has himself been found dead, and according to police in Maine, from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Let's rejoin our US correspondent Mark Stone, who is in Lewiston in Maine, where you've been, Mark, haven't you, for the past few days. So we've heard from various people there in the last few minutes. Janet Mills, the governor of Maine, saying she was breathing a sigh of relief that Robert Card is no longer a threat to anyone. That's echoed very much by a number of other people, but obviously bearing in mind that 18 people have lost their lives.
Yeah, and I think that those mixed emotions were reflected on the faces of those people clearly after a few days of searching, and such anxiety that the man who they believe killed so many people in their community was still on the run. Such anxiety, and you could really feel it clearly with the news that he is dead. Relief, but that up against the grief that this community is feeling as well. The facts, as we know them, are still pretty thin, I have to say. The authorities wanted to get the news out, let the community know that there is no longer a threat, but then do a more detailed news conference tomorrow. So we know only that it was 7:45 this evening that his body was found. We know it was near the river in the Lisbon Falls area. Now, Lisbon Falls is about a 15-20 minute drive to the southeast of where we are now. The river meanders through this part of southern Maine. It flows through this town where the shootings took place on Wednesday night, and then it flows southeast and it flows through an area called Lisbon Falls, and that is the area where they have been focusing over the course of today. At the news conference this morning, they told us that that was their focus. They admitted that they didn't actually have any solid leads, but they were trying to rule things out, and as part of ruling things out, their key focus was the river, using divers, using sonar equipment, and that is what they have done through today. And at the end of this very long day and very long few days, they have found the man who they believe is responsible for these shootings, the man who was seen with that AR-15 assault-style weapon on the CCTV. They have found him dead, a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
All right, Mark, many thanks indeed. Mark Stone there in Maine.